I've been covering Call of Duty on this channel for nearly 18 years. In fact, we're 4 days away from the 18-year anniversary of my first Call of Duty video, Team Deathmatch 1, with the gold AK-47 on Call of Duty 4, Modern Warfare 1. Now we're up to what, Modern Warfare 7? Regardless, during that time, I have seen the series impress me and make me think that it can only go up from here. And I've seen the series disappoint me to the point where I am yelling and screaming in these videos. And we've reached a point with today's news where I can't even begin to lie to you guys. And I'm not just saying this for effect. They have completely lost me. And I'm done. And as of right now, I'm not going to bother with Modern Warfare 4 this year. I didn't bother with Black Ops 7 this past year, but I got to admit, I was feeling just a teensy bit hopeful with MW4. It seems like the devs are on the right track there. And this video I'm going to make here is not a knock on the devs at all. I realize they're just fall guys at the end of the day. But I have to announce, I'm not getting your game this year. I'm not getting Modern Warfare 4. And it's because the straw has finally broke the camel's back. In fact, I don't foresee myself buying any other Call of Duty game. I'm not even going to play the beta. I'm actually going to put my foot down this year, and I realize that might cost me money, but I really don't give a fuck at this point. I can no longer support this absolute clown show. And if you guys could, I'd really appreciate it for my 18th COD anniversary to like this video, maybe comment on it or whatever, just to push this out into the algorithm, because I just want people to see this. I want people to know how they're getting fucked over, and I just want them to at least be aware of what they're dealing with when it comes to not just this scumbag fucking company, but modern day gaming in general. So let's just get right on into the meat and potatoes, because I got a lot I want to get off my chest. So yesterday, Call of Duty posted this super random ass tweet talking about classic matchmaking making a return to Black Ops 7, which brings the grand total of matchmaking systems in that game to 3 now. And no one really knew what the fuck classic meant, so they tried to explain it, and this was the best they could come up with. We've seen your questions about the difference between open and the new classic matchmaking system, quote unquote, inspired by Black Ops 1 and 2, by the way. Their words, not mine. The new system builds on what we've learned, with smarter team balancing, wide match variety, improvements that help keep matches full, and a better experience for mixed-level parties. We believe these changes will deliver a better overall experience for players, with the variety players love from classic Call of Duty. And then it goes on to say open playlists are still a thing. So what was open this entire time? I don't fucking know. What's this new system? I don't fucking know. Modern Warzone even tweeted at them and ratioed them, saying this is a whole lot of words to essentially say nothing at all, because there's no actual details in there. In fact, this sounds like it's completely AI generated. I'm not kidding with that. Go back and read it. Actually, I'll keep it on screen if you want to pause and just reread it. It sounds AI generated. Either that or the person writing it doesn't know what the fuck they're talking about either way. So this update goes live yesterday. And what I'm expecting is the matchmaking we got back in the Black Ops 7 beta, which was very good before they rug pulled it and changed it to whatever they did in the full release, causing, them to get the worst sales in the past 20 years or something like that for a Call of Duty game. But I digress. I was expecting it just to be like that. And I'm like, okay, we shouldn't have had to jump through hoops to get here, but at least it's here. And hopefully they'll put it in the Modern Warfare 4 full game. But it's so much worse than that. It's so much worse. That's already not ideal. All this bullshit we've dealt with for the past 7 years with them lying about it and just manipulating the matchmaking behind the scenes and running fucking tests on us and all that stuff like we're guinea pigs. All that's bad enough, and it's taken so long, which is bad enough. But the worst offender here is that everything they said in that post is just flat out a blatant lie. And I even gave them time today. I gave them time today on Twitter to explain themselves. The only thing they did was tweet out about some stupid kill block thing in Modern Warfare 4 at some event, and that was it. So they were definitely on Twitter today, and they did not address any of this. Now, you might be asking, BT, you don't play this shitty fucking game. How do you know what they said was false? Well, I have a lot of people that I know and watch on YouTube, and I also have a lot of forums and stuff like Reddit, where I can go and see the consensus and the general opinion. And all I needed to see was the matchmaking time to, prove that whatever they fucking said in this tweet was not only a lie, but straight up gaslighting. It's one thing to be lying about it. It's another thing to not address it today, because at that point, you're just a piece of shit fucking manipulative, suit run, cocksucking, motherfucking shit show of a company that, honest to God, is probably going to go under by the looks of the sales year over year. Modern Warfare 4, real quick, is going to get fucking bodied by GTA 6, and their master plan is to completely bullshit and lie to people after shitting out some confusing ass Twitter post. That's their plan. They just put out like one of the worst selling Call of Duty games of all time, losing out to Battlefield 6 among other several releases last year. And this is their plan. Let me just show you Exhibit A here, okay? Why on earth it takes me 1 minute plus to find a match with the new matchmaking system, plus against tryhards all the time on the enemy team, and my team is full of donuts, laughing my ass off. BO1 and BO2 only takes less than 6 seconds to find me a match, and the experience of the matches are random. And anyone who's played in BO1, BO2, or any other old Call of Duty where there's, I'm sorry, I just don't believe there's any skill-based matchmaking whatsoever. I know people say there was minimal like skill-based matchmaking. I just don't fucking buy it. I never personally saw it myself, so I'm just not buying it. What I am buying is the fact that it took like 6 seconds tops usually in those games to find a match, and anything more than that means that the game is trying to put you into a match with some sort of parameters outside of just, hey, you have a good connection to these people, you're going to have a good experience. Low lag, low latency. You might think that tweet right there is bad. Maybe it's an isolated incident, but no, it's not. And it actually gets fucking worse. Look at this. From the official Black Ops 7 subreddit, the new classic matchmaking is just old SBMM. There's no way in hell that's the same matchmaking they use for BO1 and BO2. My ping now is always high, it takes too long to find a game, and if it does, it's a sweat fest. It's the same experience I had with BO6, which made me delete it, and on top of all of that, they removed open matchmaking for some reason and only kept it for side modes. This update might be the worst update this game has ever had. The comments are in agreement. Worst update ever. I only join running matches in which my team is already dead, and then the lobby gets disbanded and I have to join the next running match. Yes, they took out like the consistent lobbies in the open matchmaking, and they now disband. That never happened back in the day because it didn't have to. It's a waste of fucking time to rematch you unless you have a specific goal in mind, which is to matchmake based on other parameters other than just connection. This guy continues on and says, high pings, long waiting times, and the sweatiest lobbies I have ever seen in Black Ops 7. And as soon as I switched to Season 5 Mosh Pit with open matchmaking, I had good matches again. Any lobbies that disband is not fucking classic matchmaking, says Chungus Spliffs. Great name, by the way. Immediate Group says, hopefully they'll revert it. Yeah, hope in one hand and shit in the other, buddy. And tell me which one fills up faster. This other guy says at the end here, they fucked it. Lobbies disbanding, laggier and sweatier than ever. Way to remove all the fun, you absolute dog turds. Maybe you don't trust these random Redditors, so let's cover the actual guy who does data analysis for Call of Duty's matchmaking, weapons, etc. Exclusive Ace, he says, did you guys press the wrong button? I don't recall classic COD matchmaking taking so long to evaluate and refresh available players while searching, and every lobby disbanding. It's too early to speak on how strict the skill part of SBMM feels, since day one of a new update is always on the sweatier side, but so far, the classic matchmaking has felt much slower and has made my experience noticeably worse. He goes on to say, after basically verifying that the skill-based matchmaking is just as bad as ever, I'm going to just focus on videos and private match testing for a few days to let things settle in with BO7. This is the worst the game has felt for me since the first week of the beta. Ghost of Hope says, the game's gone. DK Dynamite says, the matchmaking feels sweatier than Prime BO6 now. Then again, Match Q was just a pinch faster for me before today. Something isn't right. And then this guy says, the new COD matchmaking is just rage bait. Match the same players as usual across every game mode. Even more lag somehow. No backfill because the matchmaking doesn't work. Nice. Yeah, apparently some people are reporting that there's no backfilling, just like the issue currently plaguing Black Ops 2, and I think to a lesser extent Black Ops 1, which who knows if that'll ever fucking be fixed. And I realized something here. Before I even cover other Reddit threads and other things about this shitty fucking update and this complete farce and lie of a matchmaking system, a complete farce and a lie of a tweet for that matter. This fits their MO perfectly. It does. No, if you really think about it, this is their MO. You see, Black Ops 7 is nearing its end, and it's yearly tradition to do something to fuck over the previous game on the way out. And I am not kidding with that. When Black Ops 6 transitioned to Black Ops 7, they took out the only playlists that were keeping players playing Black Ops 6. Nuke Jacked and, what was it? Was it Nuke Jacked? I don't even know. It was like Nuketown 24/7 and that stupid tiny bedroom map the size of a postage stamp 24/7 Stakeout. That was it. They took those out, and then they bugged the armory so you couldn't earn weapons properly. And to this day, I'm 99% sure, I'm not even going to bother to look because I know this company. They're not going to ever fix shit if it goes wrong. I'm 99% sure, though, 99.9 even, that those problems still persist to this day. It's an effort to get you off that game and buying the new yearly military Madden slop that they throw in your lap. Like, every fucking year, they do this. It might be during the game's life cycle, it might be slightly after the game's life cycle, but they will find a way to fuck over the previous game that you might want to stay on because the new game is shit. You know, that's their MO. It appears they are doing this quite early this year. It appears that they are fucking over Black Ops 7 months before its official demise just to get everyone they possibly can on Modern Warfare 4. This tweet and this matchmaking system that is clearly a lie is doing that 100%. If they do address this due to backlash, by the way, they'll say, oh, sorry, we hit the wrong button, or oh, we tweaked certain parameters that we weren't supposed to tweak. It's not even incompetence anymore. You cannot use that excuse. This is sheer and utter malice. At best case scenario, this is a way to test us like guinea pigs. Seriously, it's a way to test us like guinea pigs to gauge sentiment about this particular matchmaking or see if we're smart enough to figure out that it's all complete bullshit. At worst, by the way, this is a way to just straight up fucking gaslight us because they think we're a bunch of fucking idiots. And both aren't cool. But either one of those is the reason. They might come out and say, hey, you know, we didn't mean to do it like this. Sorry. But then they've already got their quote-unquote data. It's a free fucking test. Like, I'm starting to believe that these Black Ops 1 and 2 ports were a test to see how we would react to the old school matchmaking, but not because they wanted to ever implement that again. I mean, I'm going to say it right now. They are never going to give us that matchmaking style that everyone prefers ever again, because the moment they do, they can never revert it back. Ever. There would be too much backlash. There would be too much pushback. They pulled one over on the COD community by putting in skill-based matchmaking in Modern Warfare 2019 and then ignoring the problem until we beat it to death over that 5 or 6 year period. Then they addressed it and lied to us. Oh, by the way, you want proof that they're just full of shit? Let me just consult Exhibit B here, okay? This is from their complete bullshit lie of a matchmaking blog years ago, by the way. All this is proven false from the Black Ops 1 and Black Ops 2 ports, all of their precious data and their 20-page, Koran-length white paper they released, talking nonsense with biased, unknown tests used on the community of guinea pigs they chose. But I digress. Let's look at this. In the FAQ of that particular post, someone asked, or maybe they asked themselves, have you ever considered an opt-in and opt-out system for the matchmaking algorithm? Keep in mind, this is from 2023, okay? Our data suggests that splitting the player base with an opt-in/opt-out matchmaking system will have negative consequences on the overall player pool. That means potentially longer wait times based on the type of matchmaking selected and matches with poor connections. They say this, by the way, and yet in the beta of Black Ops 7, they had just that. And I got the best pings I have gotten in Call of Duty since Black Ops fucking 4. Not just that, but I found matches in as little as 5 seconds. Okay, now they don't want to split the player base up too much, they say, with opt-in, opt-out matchmaking, and yet here they are in the year of our Lord and Savior 2026 giving us 3 different fucking matchmaking pools now. Am I really just saying this out loud? Like, this is real life. This is real life. And look, I actually want to consult what TDawg said in the video the other day. He said when he watched my video on MW4 where I was praising the game from some of the good stuff I saw, he said it was like I wanted to say Call of Duty is back and mean it and not just be like a joke. And I just want to address him and some other people. I want nothing more than that. I want nothing more than to sit up here in an actual video and say, wow, this game's amazing. They're doing right by us. Call of Duty is back. I want nothing more than that. I have wanted nothing more than that for 6 fucking years, 7 fucking years now. And yet they continue to fuck us over. I cannot sit up here and tell you guys that they're doing a good job. And I'm going to do one better here. I'm going to do one better. This whole fiasco that I just covered legitimately was their last chance. And look, guys, I'm not a small fry in this community. Last year alone, I got 14 million views on the channel. 14 million views in the year 2025. That is no small number. It's very clear that a lot of Call of Duty players come to my channel to hear what I have to say. And if I actually praise the game, that's good for the game. Not only am I not going to praise the game this year, even if it's pretty good, I honestly think Infinity Ward is doing a pretty good job. I really do. I think they're listening, and I think they've learned from a lot of their mistakes. With that said, I'm sorry, but they've completely lost me, and I'm not getting Modern Warfare 4, and I'm not even bothering with the beta, because I've realized that this game will never be good. This game will never be good, and it has nothing to do with the devs. I think the devs at Sledgehammer, Infinity Ward, and even to an extent, even though they've shit the bed these past couple of years, even Treyarch have some talented people on the roster. I really do. My beef is not with you. Don't get it twisted, please. My beef is with the people that run the show, and it must be so hard for the people that actually, get invited out to these events like TDawg and other people, because they interact with the lower tier kind of employees or whatever who are, I'm sure they're cool. I'm sure they're nice. I'm sure they do take feedback into consideration there as well. And I know that TDawg himself was pretty much responsible for the classic Call of Duty mode in Black Ops 7. He DM'd Matt Scrontz about it months ago, and then they put it in the game. But I'm telling you right now, and I hate to come to this conclusion, but I find no other evidence to point me in a different direction. There is no evidence that shows me that anything will change anytime soon. And I'm just going to say this, we will never get a good Call of Duty game ever again. We just will not. And it all has to do with the people running the show. The few suits at the top trickle down their diarrhea on the devs and the employees, and eventually us. And I'm just sick of it, and I am checked out, and I legitimately have given up on this franchise after 18 years. You had a layup. It was so easy. You saw what we wanted, and you still didn't do it. And I know for a fact that you're never going to do it. And let's say they come out with a tweet tomorrow that says, hey, we're sorry, we lied or we fucked something up, and we're going to give you guys no SBMM in this matchmaking playlist, and we're going to not use AI, and we're going to do all this and do all that. At any point in time, behind the scenes, they could change it. And we know for a fact that they did that and didn't tell us. And they admitted this in their last tweet, talking about how open matchmaking is not the same as classic matchmaking, despite calling open matchmaking classic matchmaking in the beta. Where was I? There's so much word salad and bullshit that I have to sift through constantly. It's so fucking mind-numbing. But they did that. They did that. They took away the no. I'm pretty sure it was like no SBMM at all in the Black Ops 7 beta. Rug pulled it, changed their wording a little bit, very intentionally. It's very important you check everything they say, because they will never say anything they can't walk back later. They don't want to get sued, so pay attention to how they word things. They run it by a lawyer every single time they hit the tweet button, I'm sure. But no, they've done that in the past. Like, they've proven to have changed something without our consent or without telling us in the past. So why wouldn't they do it again? And quite frankly, I am sick of being a human guinea pig for these fucking rich assholes. At the end of the day, I legitimately, and I'm not kidding here, I have given up. I have given up completely on this franchise. I've also realized that it's much more fun making videos on this franchise than playing it. So that's what I'll continue to do. I will continue researching it. I will continue, just giving you guys the best opinions I can possibly give. I will continue looking at what they do and reading about what they change. And trust me, I don't have to play these games to give a valid opinion, because I have played them so long. I know everything about this franchise like the back of my hand, at least with the classic games. I know a good idea when I see it. I know a bad idea when I see it. And I know when they're fucking us over. I know when they're not fucking us over. So rest assured, I'll still bring you guys COD content, but I'm not playing it. Not only am I not playing it, that was the last bit of optimism I had, and you flushed it down the toilet. And you might be saying, well, BT, at the very least, we have the ports, right? We have the ports, and those are good. Maybe you can get those and have a good time there. Let me show you something that I saw on Twitter today, okay? Check this out. This guy tweeted out, first game on after work, and I run into a full-on cheater on BO2. This shit is genuinely so fucking disappointing. Uninstalled. I mean, I could show you the rest of the video, but you've probably already seen what you need to see, right? I'm sure you do. Yeah, there you go. This guy in the tweet below says this. I ran into someone different. I wish they would address this. No, they're not. They're just not, guys. I'm sorry. This guy tweets out, BO2 is compromised. And this was just yesterday. I mean, look at this. Dude, this franchise is just cursed. I don't want anything to do with it. So I guess this is the end of an era. 18 years playing Call of Duty, or at least wanting in the back of my mind to play Call of Duty, having at least a little bit of hope for Call of Duty. But I realize, man, it's hopeless. It really is hopeless. I saw that the PlayStation Network went down for like 6 hours today. Did you guys experience that? And I don't know, man. With that and the physical media going away and the shit show that is Call of Duty, I'll be honest with you. I just up and spent a decent amount of money on old consoles and old games. I got a Nintendo corner in my office here. I got an old CRT TV. I got a Nintendo GameCube. I got an N64. I got a SNES. I got a NES, and a bunch of games. And if I'm not playing that on my PC, I have a bunch of old good games on my Steam. I have modded games like GTA Vice City Revice to play. I got enough games to keep me occupied till I die, I'm pretty sure. As of right now, I never have to buy something new, and I'm set for life. And the industry has pushed me here, by the way. And if I'm being honest with you guys, I have been seeing my local game store just getting ravaged. Like, people are wanting physical media more than ever. I'm going to tell you guys right now, this might be the best advice I ever give you. Start joining them before it's too late. There is a cap on physical media. There's only so much out there, especially when it comes to video games, old or new. It's not going to be here forever. Just do yourself a favor, please. Collect physical media, physical games. Don't fall for this 6-hour outage PlayStation bullshit. People couldn't even play the games that they had digitally when this was happening, by the way. So I'm telling you, man, let's all just go back. Can we all just collectively go back, please? Like, bring back Blockbuster. Bring back a fucking Pizza Hut with a nice buffet and the checkerboard tablecloths and the cool lighting over the booths and stuff. Bring back that. Bring back old Call of Duty games made by the community, by the way. Play Plutonium or whatever. Bring back old GTA games. I don't want to pay $100 for GTA 6 to fuck me over with microtransactions. I don't. I'm going to give that game a chance, but I don't really have high hopes, if I'm being completely honest. I want physical media. I want physical music. I want physical video games. I want physical Blu-ray and 4K movies. I want physical books. I'm telling you, dude, I have completely changed my outlook on life, and I'm telling you, I'm not trying to steer you wrong when I say stick with the physical stuff that you love and hold on to it for dear life. Because if you leave the things you love in the hands of these disgusting sociopathic suits that run Call of Duty, where every single game of theirs except the newest piece of shit is hacked and a security risk, if you leave the things you love in the hands of Sony, where there's just outages for an entire day, sometimes weeks, that's happened before, nearly a month, PSN was out at one point in time. If you leave the things you love in their hands, they will ruin it and then use it as leverage against you to do whatever they want you to do. And that's not a conspiracy theory. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I will catch you on the next one. Have a good one. Peace.